So that's the main colony back in the tank. It's sulking a bit at the moment. You can see it's all slimed up from where it's been out of the water for a while. I let that soak for 5 minutes in the reef dip as well. But to be fair, that should be absolutely fine because none of those polyps have been touched. So we'll see how we're looking in half an hour or so. It should be back out and looking great again. So usually there's a little bit of the glue that seals in the end of the glue stick. So I just give it a little poke with a hair clip, and that frees that up. So that's now good to go. I've got Dolper milli put ready, and then my glue ready. I've got my frag plugs ready, and then my frags ready. So I'll take my frags, just give them a chance to dry out for a minute. And then what the process I like to do is I'll put a bit of glue down on the plug. Take a small amount of reef putty, I don't use loads. That's for the frag to hold. Put another little dollop of glue on the putty, just so the frag itself can have a little bit of a purchase onto it. And then there, it looks nice and neat. Plug seated on there. I try not to keep them exactly vertical. If you got a little bit of a tilt to them, it makes them look a little bit more natural. When you put them into place, you can angle them a little bit better, I find. So that'll go back into the reef dip jug, just while I frag all the rest of them up. That'll keep helping it just to any nicks or any healing that is required. It'll heal them up. Find if you don't use the super glue on top of the plug, sometimes this milliput will have the potential to just float off it as it's healing, as it's strengthening. So by using a little dab of super glue, it gives you a chance to just really get it into position and holds it all in place. Number 3. By no means am I the best person at fragging. I am sure there are other ways of doing it better, more effectively, easier. But this has always worked well for me. And I get good survival rates. And it all funds the hobby. These probably sell for, in the UK, probably get, depending on where you're buying them, £5 to £10 per frag, per head I mean. So one big colony growing out will pay its way over the course of a couple of years. It'll continually give you frags, pay for the hobby for a few months. getting into the double and triple heads now, so I'll use a little bit more milliput just to really secure them in place. You can see a nice double there. I've nicked just the edge there. I don't know if that picks up on the camera. I've nicked just on that edge where I was sawing adjacent to it, but I'm pretty confident that should be fine. Not done that one very neatly, to be fair. I'll probably revisit that one. Give it another cut. Nice 3-head. So this one I've left a bit much on here, and it's not very neat. So I'll probably just retrim this bottom just to try to tidy it up a little bit. So I've just straightened across the bottom a little bit. I don't want to get too close to that because I'm going to risk damaging the head if not, and also probably taking the end of my finger off. So I'm going to leave it at that. That'll probably be one that I'll leave to grow out a bit longer just so it gets a bit of a nicer shape, because sometimes they don't look tank perfect. But a couple of heads will soon cover any blemishes up, like a little bit of old skeleton or anything. You see that actually sits quite nice on the plug. That'll probably cover out to be a nice frag. We'll see that when it comes out. Some of these plugs I recycle from old plugs where either the tops floated off or died, or for whatever reason. Sometimes the Zoas die, or will pull away from the glue. So just give it a little neaten up. It's good to go. Use it again. No point in throwing away a perfectly good frag plug just because it had a little bit of glue on the top of it. Once it's covered in milliput with a frag on it, you're never going to see it anyway. There's quite a lot of milliput on this one. Probably used a bit too much, but this is that bigger one that I damaged the head on. So I'm quite interested myself to see how that turns out. I'm almost certain this one's going to die because I didn't do a very good cut adjacent to it, and I have damaged the tissue. But I have seen him survive in worse conditions. But these two heads should be fine. So we'll see how that one works out once it's healed up. Again, a little bit of glue from probably an old Zoa frag that's floated off. I'm not precious about them. I don't spend too long worrying about where they're going to be positioned on the plug. Corals are very hardy things. They will survive. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frags. Maybe four or five of them double heads, and the others are singles. So we'll get them. That's probably been maybe 5-10 minutes since I started the fragging process. So we'll get them into the tank, let them rest up. We'll see how they're looking in an hour or so. So there's my frags in the tank. I'll put this one right at the front so I can keep an eye on it. Not that there's anything we can do with that one now. We'll just have to hope that the other two heads survive on it, because I'm almost certain I've damaged that one beyond repair. The others all look good. Nice healthy tissue around the bottom of them. So we'll see how they look in a day or so.